Good morning, sweet mamas and daddies. Hi, my name is Nicole. I'm a homeschool mama to 3 boys. I've got one in college. I have an 11th grader and a 6th grader. I've been homeschooling since about 2016, I believe, is the year that we pulled them out of public school. And yeah, it's been a wild ride. And so I'm here just to kind of share my experiences. Today I've got a little announcement, a little surprise visitor who's going to be a major distraction. We'll do that first. And I want to give you some encouragement, and I want to kind of update you a little bit about some things that are going on, some things that I've changed, and just share a little bit about what's on my heart. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So, everybody, I'd like you to meet Miss Nomi Quinn. She was born January 25th, and she is a doll baby. She's so sweet. We just got her 2 Fridays ago. Say hi. Say hi, Nomi. Her name is Nomi Quinn, and I'm going to let her do whatever she wants to do. She's adorable, and she's so sweet. And she's got the zoomies this morning, so we're going to try to get through it without me being a totally distracted. And she might eat my notebook, but that's okay. So she's precious. I think she was a gift from God, truly. Her name, Nomi, it means beautiful, pleasant, or delightful. When I was looking up doggo names, I really wanted something that meant something peaceful and calm. I really believe in names having meaning and directly reflecting personalities, especially as they grow up. I feel like people really do live out their namesake. And then Quinn means intelligent or wise. And I asked my Facebook friends to help me give her middle name. Love Nomi. She's precious. I had to take a friend home, one of my kids' friends home from church one Sunday. And the church parking lot was completely packed, and I didn't want to go the regular way home. And so I was like, okay, hey, we're going to go the back way. Is there a back way to your house? So she gave me her address, and I plugged it in, and we chose to go the back way. And so this is a road that I don't ever go on, ever, ever. And we were driving up it, and I saw a big, huge sign on the side of the road that said Golden Doodle Puppies. And I was like, oh my goodness, please, do you guys want to stop and see the puppies? And they're like, yeah, I would love to. So we turned around and we got to meet the puppies and got to love on the puppies. And I just fell in love completely with the puppy. All of them. I've wanted a golden doodle for about a year now. And I'm not even a dog person, but I really wanted this dog. And my kids have been missing the dogs that we had in the past. And some things are going on with our family. And I feel like it was just a God thing. So we went ahead and we got the money together and we bought us a puppy. And she has been a true delight. She really has been. She's really sweet. She is only having like one accident in the house, and that's typically at night when I go to bed and the kids are in charge. Although she did have an accident on me this morning, and I was like, I don't understand because I've taken you out. So quit, leave it. She's trying to chew on my rug, and now she's trying to chew on my cord. So this is going to be so much fun. I love this. Okay, chew on that. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay. Sorry, y'all. All right, here, baby. Chew on this. Good girl. So that's what's going on with her. Housebreaking has been fun, and putting her on a leash has been hilarious. I got the collar that tightens up when they pull, the little cloth collar. And so she's okay on the leash as long as we don't make her collar any tighter than what it is supposed to be. But the moment it tightens up, she freezes and then like starts jerking on it, and it's so funny. And she sleeps with me at night, and she sleeps, my oldest, well, my oldest at home. We'll put her in the bed with me at like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and she sleeps until I get up. And then she's like complaining that I'm getting up at 5 a.m., but that's just what time I wake up. So she's been fun. Anyway, so welcome to the family, and I'm glad that you guys got to meet our newest family member. So, some homeschool changes that I have made for my high schooler. Now, if you guys have been around for this year, you know that his schedule is completely packed. He's in 11th grade. He is dual enrolling at a local college here for welding. It's a 2-year welding program, and he goes to class 5 days a week for 2.5 hours per day, plus the hour drive. So he is busy 3.5 hours out of his day with that one class. And on top of that, he has all of his other classes. He's doing math and English, German, government and economics. And unfortunately, those are tied together as a full year course, so you can't separate them. And then he is also doing psychology and Bible, that's 6, and then a fine arts credit, that's 7 classes. The fine arts credit isn't an everyday thing, it's more like a once or twice a week thing, because he's had so much other art instruction throughout the years. I'm just going to kind of include all of those hours. And we're about to start the music portion. I was supposed to purchase that already. I have not done so, and that's why I have not updated you guys. I am going to update you guys on which one we choose and how that goes for us. But what I have done for him and his brain is go ahead and transition him to a block schedule. I've never done block scheduling with my kids before. He mentioned something months and months ago, maybe even last school year, that he has a hard time transitioning, that he wishes that he could just take a day and do the subject and then take another day, and he doesn't like switching. So what we are now doing, we started it last week, and he said that he is appreciating it. He said that it's working better for him. That I am scheduling Monday, Wednesday. He has 2 hours of math, 2 hours of English, and I think I've left Bible for every day because that's a subject that he doesn't mind doing every day. And then I think maybe foreign language is on those 2 days, but it doesn't really matter. I wish I had a schedule here before him, but he's liking it. And then so Tuesday and Thursday would be 2 hours of government and economics, 2 hours of psychology. And so I make sure that he has those 5 full hours per se. It's like 45-minute increments. So I make sure that he's getting those, but he's only having to do math and English Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And he's only having to do government and economics Tuesday, Thursday, and then I think he's doing all of his subjects on Friday. Some he only has like 4 days a week, so he gets away with that. And it's just working way better for him. So I encourage you to try that. If you've got one that's like doesn't mentally shift well, try that out and see if that works for your family. Another thing that I have changed with my 6th graders' science is, since we're no longer at the school doing science, he's like, this is really boring. Which, you guys, BJU science is, from the 2 or 3 times that I have tried it, it's pretty boring. Because we don't use the online stuff. So, we have a big library, thankfully. And in this library, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it. So, now my cat's trying to get in. It's fine. So, at the library, they have a huge, section that you can rent kits. And so, he wanted to try this one. It's the Mighty Microbes Lab and Germ Journal, Nancy B's Science Club, and they have all kinds of them. I love the way they are labeled and packaged. So this is going over microbes, big, huge packet. And it like gives you the ages, recommended ages 8+. And then he's really enjoying this. This has been good for us. Getting your hands dirty, experimenting. We grew mold, and some more things. So he read this book. He did a little report on him. That was fun. It also came with, this is the lab journal that I showed you. So he's just copying in his own little notebook. It came with this book right here, Tiny Creatures, The World of Microbes. A super easy, it's just a picture book that came with it. And then he has not read this one yet, the bacteria book. The Big World of Really Tiny Microbes. Sorry. So this is really cool. It's a DK book, if you guys are familiar with DK books. And so then once we're finished with this one, I'm just going to have him grab another kit, and then we'll work through those until we are either done with school or he's done with kits. And then we'll move on from there. Like I said, he's in 6th grade. He's already taken his yearly end of the year test through our school system. It's like the Tennessee State Standard or whatever. You guys know where I fall on science. Read a good book. I don't know. Science is just science. My kids aren't science focused. I'm not science focused. Watch some YouTube videos, do some experiments, call it a day, have some fun. And we also have some Kiwi crates left that I thought maybe would be fun for him to enjoy those as well, because you don't have to have a textbook to enjoy science. So we switched that. Good to know. We dropped BJU. Life goes on. Okay. And then, so those are my homeschool changes. And I have pulled a couple books for you guys. I am currently reading The Awe of God by John Bevere with a group of girls. This book is awesome. And it says, what does it mean to fear God? Do you long for a more intimate relationship with your Creator? Does he seem distant, even elusive? John Bevere assures us that God is near, but perhaps something utterly essential is missing from your walk with him, the fear of the Lord. In The Awe of God, Bevere invites you to take a fresh look at what it means to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. This largely forgotten virtue is the uncommon path to a fulfilled and fruitful life. You will discover how holy fear is vital to a close relationship with God, frees us from all other fears and anxieties, purifies our inward motives and intentions, leads us into true wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Holy awe unlocks life as God intended. Only in developing and clinging to this virtue do we find the peace, safety, and joy that many find unattainable. Rather than cowering before our Creator, embracing the fear of God will raise us to a higher level of living that forever changes us. This has been a really good book. Many of you know, some of you don't, some of you are new here, and I have not done an updated video about me in a long time. But many of you guys know that I am a whole Bible believer. I experienced that back in 2017. The end of 2017 really rocked me to my core. I started feast keeping in 2018 and kind of replaced the worldly holidays, Christmas and Easter, with God's holy days as prescribed in Leviticus 23. And we keep Sabbath, and we keep biblically clean eating, among some other things. But I know that it is important to obey God, even if it doesn't make sense, even if you look different from the world, and what it means to truly love God as prescribed in Scripture is about obedience. That's his love language. He wants us to love him and fully trust him and obey him, just kind of like your parents would in real life. So this book is really solidifies all that. He uses a lot of New Testament concepts that ties into what I already believe and hold to be true. I just read a chapter on a false Jesus, It was really incredible the way he explained that. I really encourage you guys to read that book. If you download Messenger X, it comes with a free video after each reading that you do. It comes, you can purchase it's black. It's like a video journal. And when you purchase that video journal, it gives you access to the hour-long weekly teachings that you can use for a group setting or by yourself. I think a group setting is really good so you can bounce some things off of each other, and it brings up questions that you might want other people to help you answer. And it just digs deeper. It makes you think deeper about your relationship and how you view God and how you view the Messiah. So that one's really good. I'm reading that currently with some girls. Another thing that I started listening to on Audible is The Diabetes Code by Dr. Jason Fung, The Diabetes Code. He has 2 books. That's the one that I started with. I'm obsessed with the podcast. I talked about that, I think, the last video, The Diary of a CEO. And he's amazing. I strongly encourage all of those videos for you guys to watch those. They're super educational. But Dr. Jason Fung was on that. And because of all of my health issues, I know that I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with my last child 13 years ago. And I know that I'm at like high risk of developing diabetes, and I know that I have insulin resistance. And so I downloaded that and I'm listening to that, and it's really good. It just kind of helps my brain understand like why sugar is poison to my body and it creates all the inflammation that it does. And that's been a really good listen. And then I'm also listening to Mending a Shattered Heart by Stephanie Carnes, working through some betrayal trauma. Yeah. So if you've got some betrayal trauma in your life, that's a book that you could start with. It's decent. It gives you a bunch of like thoughts to think through and journaling prompts. They're short chapters, and then she's like, I really want you to dig into this concept. And before you move on to the next concept, I really want you to understand this about you and what just happened to you. So, yeah. So that's happening. Some changes in my family are happening. Some prayers would be appreciated. That's all I really want to say about that. So yes, I know that God fights for us. I pulled the scripture out. It's Deuteronomy 3:22. God fights our battles, and he can do it way better than we have ever considered doing it before. So just let him fight. I know it's really hard. I struggle with keeping my mouth shut, and I struggle with understanding, and I'm struggling right now with seeing his whole big picture. But I know he has a picture, and I know that he has a plan and a purpose for everything that he does and exposes. And so that's where I'm resting at. God fights for us. I also pulled the Psalms 22:1 verse that God is near to the brokenhearted. Hanging on to those promises because he said it, it must be true. Although it doesn't feel like it. But anyway, so that's a really good one that I'm clinging on to, that hopefully that helps you. So, yeah, so just fighting from the trenches. If you guys are in that, moving on to like what's some encouragement for you guys. If you guys are fighting from the trenches right now and you're in the middle of this homeschool whatever, and you're like, I just want to be done, I just want this to be over, I'm tired of this year, it's not going as planned, or something traumatic is happening in your family, you've got a death or a loss, or you're going through a divorce, or whatever is happening, your kid's sick, fighting in the trenches and being brokenhearted is really hard to walk through that and keep your game face on and homeschool your kids and continue writing the curriculum that you're supposed to be writing, but you're weeks behind on it. Yeah. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Distractions are really good. Getting a support group is beneficial. Not doing it alone and realizing that you're not alone is the best thing that you could possibly do for yourself. Asking for help and reaching out, please do that. You don't have to fight in the trenches for your life all by yourself. So, something that I recently saw that I am making my phone background, that I am wanting on a hoodie and a coffee mug and a sticker and all of the things. It says, sometimes God doesn't stop you from being thrown in the furnace because he has a point to make to the people who threw you in there. And that just hit different. And that just goes along the lines of he's fighting for us. And although you don't see the point and you don't see the purpose and you're in the midst of the fire and you're getting charred alive, it feels like, he's there and he has a plan. And sometimes it's just to show the people who hurt you so badly that you don't actually need them. that you're going to rise above, that God's got you, and that they're going to be really sorry that they ever tossed you in the furnace to begin with. So hold on to that hope. And a little bit more of the homeschooling part of all of this mess is that I'm seeing a lot of videos come out on YouTube right now. People are already buying their curriculum for next year. They're already excited. It is March 21st. And if you're like me, you might not even be done with the first semester of school yet. If you're lucky, you're in your third quarter and you're just like behind on the grades and behind on the assignments and behind. You're just behind. Guys, you're not behind. These are your children. This is your school year. This is what you know what? It might not even be what you planned. God wouldn't even let me say that. Your plans have been blown up. You needed 2 or 3 weeks for a spring break. Your winter was it's just, guys, you're not behind. You're not behind. You don't have to start buying curriculum for next year. You don't have to plan next year out. You don't have to watch those videos yet. Don't let them guilt you because it's not going the way you want it to be going. Don't shame your children for being 3 weeks behind in their school studies. Don't let them think that they're behind. My oldest one struggles with that. He's like, I really want a summer break. I don't want to be doing school all summer long. And I'm like, babe, it doesn't, like, it's going to be okay if you are. It's really going to be okay if you are. You're not behind. You're doing good. You have to remember that you started in September. It's going to be okay. Okay? So just encourage your children and encourage your own mind and your own heart that you don't have to be planning. You do not have to be planning next school year yet. Okay? You don't. Do the things that your children need you to do right now. Plan the things that your children, change the things that your children need you to change right now. If your babies are overwhelmed, take them outside. Give them a day off. Give yourself a day off. Do something fun. So, you're not behind. You don't have to watch the videos. Don't shame yourself. God's got this. We're all in this together. Just because it's messy and it doesn't look like you wanted it to look doesn't mean anything. Because your purpose and your plan and your walk is not mine and it's not anybody else's. And you are exactly where God needs you to be. So listen up, pray up, ask him what you're doing, ask him what's next, ask him if there's anything that you need to change, ask him to speak to your heart and to speak into your children's hearts and to just encourage you to keep moving forward. Baby steps. I would appreciate some prayers for my family right now as we're walking through some insanely hard things. I don't know what next year is going to look like for us. I don't know when I'll be putting content out. I just really wanted to show you guys my new puppy and give you a little update. I know I haven't touched anything in March, and I am sorry for that. It's because February 29th, my life blew up, and this Monday we finally started school back up again because it was necessary for us to just be together and veg out on some video games and do some changes. And that's okay. And you can do that too. And I'm so thankful that you guys are here. I will try really hard to get back to you guys really soon and update you about that music. I was planning on doing that with both of my children. However, our schedules align. I'll keep introducing you to Nomi and showing you all of her shenanigans, her puppy shenanigans. I am on Instagram, and you guys can follow me over there where I post almost daily. And I think that is everything for now. Abba willing, I will see you very soon. Bye for now.